But people are, out of the goodness of their heart, holding the door for me when I am 100 yards back. I mean, like, I'm so far
I
back,
think
and they make eye contact with me, and I have to be like,
I think that's a southern
thank you,
thing
sir.
because I don't remember that happening
No.
up
And
north
it's like
at all.
so nice. Like they're being so nice, but I am like feeling terrible because they've been waiting there a long time for me to get to the door. So now I'm doing like a weird fake like hustle to let them know like I respect their time for doing that for me. Um, but they hold it really far back here. I don't know. I don't know if that's a southern thing though.
I think it probably is. I don't, like I said, don't remember that being a thing in New York.
No, people would just let the door slam on your face. You'd be like
Yeah.
this close and they'd like pull it
So I mean,
behind
there's a
me.
lot of weird southern differences, like especially around grocery stores, which I think
Mm.
that's the holding the door for the. I guess grocery stores usually have like the sliding doors, but
Oh, I don't know. I'm just, yeah.
anyway, the grocery store situation that was a big difference for me when we first came down. We're like in New York, you would see somebody that you knew and like just do like a head nod and keep walking, don't talk to them. And here it's like, just some random hillbilly next to you is going to be like, asking you what you're buying. Why
Why?
have you
Why?
tried this one before and stuff like
Why are
that? And
you
like,
buying this item? I think it's kind of nice. I like it.
it's kind of nice
I
once
had
you
to
get
get
used to it.
used to
It
it. I had
it
to get
threw
used to
me
it.
really bad at first because I
Yeah.
felt like this person's trying to scam me in some way. Like they're talking to me.
It's such like a New York
Yeah,
response.
like
You're
I
like on high
like
alert.
immediately on high alert, like trying to put my hand over my wallet and stuff, make sure there's nothing weird happening here. Like,
So you don't get pickpocketed
yeah, but it's
in
like
Publix.
it's just how people are down here in general.
They're like that.
Unless they know you're from New York, then you're going to get a very like excited kind of opinion, almost like you're someone's at the zoo looking at an animal. Like when I first moved down,
I think that was a long time ago
one of the
that was
first
happening.
interactions I had was with this very, very southern guy, and he's like, "You're from New York? I bet it snows in feet." And that's like he just kept saying it like over and over, and I was like, "Yeah, it snows pretty bad." And he's like, "Yeah, I bet it's in feet," over and over. And then a lot of people would ask, like, "Is this the first time you ever saw grass and stuff like that?" And it's like I grew up in Western New York with dairy farms all around me.
And beautiful apple orchards that
Yeah.
we don't have down here, which is crushing. That was the other thing that happened at the orchard. I was telling you this, I think. Maybe I was telling someone else, but I love going apple picking. Like I love summer, but there's like 2 weeks after summer that I'm okay with, which is the apple picking season, the pumpkin picking season. And we've been down here for 13 years, maybe 12 years, probably 14 years actually from New York. I don't know. It's been over 10 years.
It's like 15.
And
We came down here right after we got
okay,
married.
so it's been a bit.
Yeah.
And every year I get tricked looking for apple orchards. Every year, for some reason, I think I can find one. And I did find one for us. I don't know if you can count it as finding it because in New York they were everywhere, beautiful apple orchards. I mean, I took these apples for granted, and then we tried to do it last year, and we came to the place, and like a man told us to drive to this like person's house, like a rando house. He's like, just pull in, you'll know what to do. We drove for probably 2 hours looking around
Well, first we went to the like official
the
orchard,
official orchard.
and there was like just it felt like deliverance or something. Um, and they were trying to tell us like, this orchard's no good this year.
Yeah,
They
they're
said
like,
we
it's
haven't
no
been
good.
taking care of the trees, so these apples are for feeding animals or something like
Yeah, and
that.
we did. We fed animals. They had
Yeah,
like
so
a
you
farm,
walk
so that
around,
was
did some
kind
of
of
that,
fun.
and then they told us to go to their real orchard that they just bought,
That's right. That's what
and
it
then
was.
they just like gave us some coordinates basically. Like there wasn't an actual address or anything. You're just like go to this neighborhood and
Hmm.
look for the field. And so we drove like an hour away or something like that to get to this neighborhood.
Yeah.
Nothing, no signage or
And it
anything,
didn't look like a
no one
place where
explaining
there
what to
could be
do.
apples.
And then finally, we circled around enough times that we saw another car just like drive between two houses where there
Yeah.
was no driveway. So I thought, okay, maybe that's the entrance. And sure enough, we followed him in, and suddenly it opens up to this big, weird orchard. But even then, the good orchard was like the smallest,
It was like
trashiest
crab
apples I've
apples.
ever
It
seen.
was the craziest thing I've ever
Just
seen. And
disgusting.
it was so hot. And I like to be hot, but like I said, like New York shines in the fall. And I was so crushed to be there sweating, trying to pick crab apples. And I remember just thinking, like, okay, can't have everything in life, but the apple orchard thing really disappointed me. And so I
Yeah.
don't know. We might. We might have to just go to New York this year so I can do that.
I remember years ago we found another place that was in like Kentucky, and it
That's
was
right.
a pick your own because nobody does the pick your own
Yeah.
down here really
Yeah.
at all.
It's yeah, they have to pick it for you because they said the trees are so
Yeah.
bad that they don't
So
want
we
them
drove
to
all the
clear
way
it.
to Kentucky, and it was like a pretty far, deep drive. And we get there, and they're like, "We picked them all for you this year," and they just had a bunch of bags full of them.
On like a folding table.
Yeah.
And it's okay. Like, it's like we tried. It was an adventure, but it's just weird stuff that you bring with you. Like you expect it to be at the new place. And it's like there's plenty of stuff here that I'm thrilled about, like no taxes. Like
Yeah.
I'm